I look at Leo and feel my heart beat faster. He is sitting next to me in class, looking down at his paper, focused. His hair is a little messy, like he ran to school, and his face has a small smile, like he just thought of a funny joke. I don't know when I started liking him. Maybe it was last year, or maybe it was only a few months ago. But now, I feel so happy every time I see him. He is my best friend, and we laugh together every day. He understands me like no one else. We have a little game. In class, we pass each other notes. We write funny things or draw silly pictures to make each other laugh. Today, I am excited because I wrote a special note for Leo. It says, "You are my favorite person in the world." I know it's a little much, but I want him to know how much I like him. I pass him the note when the teacher isn't looking. Leo takes it, reads it, and then looks at me with a big smile. My heart feels warm, and I smile back. Then Leo starts to write something on a small piece of paper. I wait, feeling excited and a little nervous. What will he say? Will he say he likes me too? I can't wait to find out. He folds the paper and hands it to me. I take a deep breath and open the note slowly, hoping for something special, maybe something sweet. But as I read his note, my smile fades. The note says, "I like someone else." Just 3 words. 3 words that feel like they punch me in the chest. I read the note again, thinking I must be wrong, that maybe I read it too fast or made a mistake. But no, the words are clear. Leo likes someone else. It isn't me. My heart feels heavy, like a stone, and I don't know what to do. I try to smile, but my lips feel strange. My face feels hot, and I want to look away from Leo, but I don't want him to see how I feel. I fold the note and put it in my pocket, hoping he doesn't notice my shaking hands. I don't know what to think. All I know is that I feel sad, really sad. I look down at my notebook, pretending to write, but my mind is a mess. My chest feels tight and I don't want to cry. Not here, not in front of Leo. The bell rings and class is over. Leo stands up and talks to some friends, smiling and laughing, like everything is normal. But for me, everything has changed. My happy world is gone. I walk slowly to my next class, my mind spinning. I feel lost, like I don't know where I am. I thought Leo might like me too. He always smiled at me, always shared secrets and jokes. I thought that meant something. But now I know it doesn't mean the same thing for him. All day I can't focus. The words on my textbooks look blurry. I try to listen to the teachers, but their voices seem far away, like they are in a dream. My heart feels like it's broken, like something sharp is stuck inside it. I don't know how to make the pain stop. I thought Leo was special, but now I wonder if I was just fooling myself. At lunch, I sit alone in the corner of the cafeteria. Usually, I sit with Leo, and we talk about silly things and laugh. But today, I just want to be alone. I watch other kids laugh and talk, and I feel even sadder. They all look happy, like nothing bad ever happens to them. I wonder if they know what it feels like to hurt this much. I want to tell someone how I feel, but I don't know how. What would I even say? When school finally ends, I walk home slowly. The sky is gray, like it's going to rain, and I feel like the weather understands me. I keep thinking about Leo's note. He likes someone else, someone who isn't me. The words repeat in my head over and over, and each time they hurt just as much. I feel like I am in a dark cloud, and I can't see a way out. At home, I go straight to my room. I lie on my bed and stare at the ceiling, feeling empty. I never thought my heart could feel this heavy. I used to think love was something happy, something sweet, but now love feels like pain. I wish I could go back to yesterday, before I read Leo's note. Back when I thought he might feel the same way about me. But I can't go back. I know the truth now. I take the note out of my pocket and look at it again. The words are still there, clear as day. I like someone else. My fingers crumple the paper, and I feel a tear slip down my cheek. I don't know how to move on. I don't know if I will ever feel happy again. As I sit there, lost in my sadness, I think about tomorrow. I wonder if I will ever be able to smile around Leo again. I wonder if I can still be his friend, even though he doesn't like me the way I like him. The questions fill my head, but I have no answers. I only know one thing. My heart feels broken, and I don't know how to fix it. But maybe, just maybe, tomorrow will be better. Maybe I will find a way to smile again. The next morning, I wake up with a heavy heart. I don't feel excited to go to school. I don't want to see Leo today. I don't know how to look at him and act normal. How can I pretend everything is fine when my heart feels broken? But I have to go. I can't stay in bed forever, even if I want to. At school, I see Leo in the hallway. He waves at me with a big smile, like everything is the same. I force myself to smile back, even though my face feels stiff. My stomach twists when I think of his note. I don't want to think about it, but the words are stuck in my mind. I like someone else. I wish I could just forget it, but it's like a little voice in my head that won't go away. In class, I sit next to him just like always. He talks to me about a new video game he's playing, and I nod and try to listen, but my mind keeps drifting away. I keep wondering who he likes. Is it someone in our class? Is it someone he met outside of school? My heart aches thinking about it. I feel jealous, but I don't know who I am jealous of. I don't even know who this other person is. Leo keeps passing me notes like usual. He writes funny things, silly things that would normally make me laugh. But today, I can't laugh. I read the notes and try to smile, but it feels fake. My heart feels too heavy. I want to tell him how I feel, to let him know that I like him, that his note hurt me, but I'm too scared. What if he thinks I'm silly? What if he doesn't care? What if he laughs? I don't want to lose him as a friend. So I say nothing. I just keep my feelings to myself, locked away where he can't see them. At lunch, I sit with Leo and our friends. They talk and laugh and I try to join in, but I feel like I am only half there. My mind is somewhere else thinking about Leo and that note. Every time he talks to another girl, my heart hurts a little more. I feel like he's slipping away from me, even though he's sitting right next to me. I wonder if he ever looked at me the way I look at him. Maybe he never did. Maybe I was just dreaming. Days go by like this. Every morning, I wake up with the same heavy feeling. Every day I see Leo and I try to act normal. But it's so hard. I feel like I'm hiding a big secret. No one knows how I feel. I don't tell my friends, and I definitely don't tell Leo. I feel alone with my sadness. My friends joke around, and Leo is still his happy self. But I feel like there's a wall between us now. A wall that only I can see. One day, I feel like I can't take it anymore. I go to the library during lunch, wanting some quiet time to think. I sit by myself, in a corner, and close my eyes. I feel like I want to cry, but no tears come. I just sit there, feeling sad and lost. I wonder if I will ever stop feeling like this. I wish someone would understand, but I don't know how to tell anyone what's wrong. My sadness feels too big, too complicated. After school, as I walk to my locker, I notice something strange. There's a small piece of paper stuck in the corner of the locker door. I pull it out and look at it. It's a note, and it has a little heart drawn on it. No name, just a heart. I look around, wondering who put it there. But the hallway is empty. I feel confused but also a little curious. Who would leave a note for me? I think about Leo, but he usually hands me notes in person. This feels different. For the first time in days, I feel a tiny bit of excitement. I wonder if maybe, just maybe, someone else likes me. Someone who wanted to leave me a sweet note. The thought makes me smile, just a little. It doesn't take away the sadness completely, but it feels nice to think that someone cares. The next day, I find another note in my locker. This one has a small flower drawn next to the heart. I feel my cheeks get warm as I hold the note in my hand. I look around the hall trying to see if anyone is watching me, but no one is there. My heart feels lighter, like a small part of the sadness has lifted. I don't know who this mystery person is, but their notes make me feel special. It's nice to feel like someone notices me, like someone cares. I start to look forward to checking my locker each day. Every time I find a new note, my heart beats a little faster. Sometimes the note has a heart, sometimes a flower, sometimes just a smiley face. They're simple notes, but they make me feel happy. There's a small happiness, but it's there. It feels like a secret, a little light in my dark days. I still feel sad when I see Leo. I still wish he liked me, but now the sadness isn't as strong. The mystery notes give me something new to think about, something new to wonder about. I start to feel curious. Who could it be? I think about all the kids in my class trying to guess who might be leaving the notes. But I have no idea. I want to know who my secret admirer is, but I also like the mystery. It's like a little game, and every note is a new clue. I feel like maybe, just maybe, I can move on from my sadness about Leo. Maybe I can find happiness somewhere else, with someone who cares enough to leave me these notes. For the first time, I feel a tiny bit of hope. Every morning now, I wake up feeling a bit excited. I think about the notes in my locker, wondering if I will find another one today. My sadness about Leo is still there, but it's not as strong. Instead, I feel curious and even happy. Someone is leaving me these notes, and I want to know who it is. It feels like a little mystery just for me. At school, I keep my eyes open, looking around at the people in my class. I try to see if anyone looks at me a certain way or maybe seems nervous. But no one seems different. Everyone acts normal, talking and laughing, not paying much attention to me. I wonder if it's someone quiet, someone who's too shy to talk to me directly. I feel my heart beat a little faster, thinking about it. After class, I go to my locker. I look around to make sure no one is watching. Then, I open it slowly, hoping for another note. And there it is, a small piece of paper folded neatly. I open it, and this one has a drawing of a tiny sun with a smiley face in the middle. Under the sun, it says, "I hope you have a happy day." I can't help but smile as I read it. It's so simple, but it makes me feel warm inside, like someone really wants me to be happy. As I walk to my next class, I wonder who could be leaving these notes. I think of a few kids in my class, but none of them seem like the type to write secret notes. Then I remember Ben, the quiet boy who sits in the back of the class. He doesn't talk much, but he always seems nice. He's shy and he doesn't have a lot of friends. I wonder if he could be my secret admirer. The thought of Ben makes me feel a little nervous. I don't know him very well, but he seems sweet. I wonder if he likes me, if he watches me from the back of the class, maybe hoping I'll notice him. I feel my cheeks get warm just thinking about it. I want to know if it's him, but I don't want to ask and ruin the mystery. In class, I try to sneak a few glances at Ben, hoping to catch him looking at me. But every time I look, he's focused on his notebook or listening to the teacher. He never looks at me, at least not when I'm looking. I feel a little disappointed, but also more curious. Maybe he's really good at hiding his feelings, or maybe it's not him at all. The days pass and the notes keep coming. Each note is a little different. One day, I find a note with a small drawing of a star, and it says, "Shine bright." Another day, the note has a flower and says, "You are special." These notes make me feel happy and special, and slowly, my heart feels lighter. I still feel a bit sad about Leo, but now I feel hopeful too. I start to think that maybe there is someone out there who likes me, someone who thinks I'm important. One day I get a bit brave. I decide to write a note back. I don't know who my secret admirer is, but I want them to know that their notes make me happy. I take a small piece of paper and write, "Thank you for the notes. They make my day better." I add a little smiley face just like they did in one of their notes. Then, I put it in my locker, hoping that my secret admirer will find it. The next morning, I feel nervous as I walk to my locker. I wonder if my note is still there or if my admirer took it. When I open my locker, my note is gone, and in its place is a new note. It says, "I'm happy my notes make you smile." There's a heart drawn at the bottom. My heart beats fast as I read it. Now I know my secret admirer got my message. It feels like we're having a conversation, even though I don't know who they are. In class, I feel myself looking around again. I keep wondering if it's Ben. Sometimes, I think I see him glancing my way, but when I look, he's back to staring at his notebook. I don't know if I'm imagining things or if he really does like me. The mystery makes me feel excited but also a little nervous. I start to think about Ben more and more, wondering what he's like, what he thinks about, and if he's the one leaving me these sweet notes. One day, during lunch, I see Ben sitting alone in the corner of the cafeteria. Usually, he sits by himself, reading a book or eating quietly. I feel a sudden urge to go over and talk to him, but my feet feel heavy. I'm scared. What if he doesn't want to talk? What if he thinks I'm weird? But then I think about the notes and how much they mean to me. Maybe he feels the same way. Maybe he's just waiting for someone to talk to him. I take a deep breath and walk over to his table. "Hi, Ben," I say, feeling my voice shake a little. He looks up, surprised, but then he gives me a small smile. "Hi, Mia," he says softly. I sit down across from him, my heart beating fast. We sit in silence for a moment, and I don't know what to say. I feel nervous but also excited. I want to ask him if he's the one leaving the notes, but I don't want to be too direct. Instead, I smile at him and say, "How's your day?" He looks surprised that I'm asking, but he nods. "It's good," he says quietly. "How about you?" "It's better now," I say, smiling. We talk for a few minutes just about small things. He tells me about his book, and I tell him about my favorite subject. We don't say much, but it feels nice. I feel like maybe, just maybe, I'm getting closer to finding out the truth. After lunch, I go to my next class, feeling happy. I still don't know if Ben is my secret admirer, but I feel a connection with him. I feel like I've taken a small step closer to solving the mystery, and I can't wait to see what will happen next. The next day, I wake up with a strange mix of excitement and nervousness. I keep thinking about my conversation with Ben. Sitting with him at lunch was nice, and he seemed so kind and calm. I wonder if he could really be the one leaving the notes. The thought makes me feel warm inside. If he is my secret admirer, then maybe he feels the same way about me as I feel about him. When I get to school, I go straight to my locker, hoping to find another note. My heart beats fast as I open it. And there it is. A new note, just like I hoped. This one has a drawing of a small butterfly, and next to it, the words say, "Beautiful things are all around you." I feel my cheeks get warm as I read it. The words feel special, like they are meant just for me. I look around, hoping to catch someone watching me, but the hallway is busy, and everyone is rushing to class. I hold the note in my hand, smiling to myself. Feels nice to know that someone cares about me in this way. I don't feel as sad about Leo anymore. In fact, I haven't thought about Leo much since I started getting these notes. The notes make me feel happier and more confident, like I have a special secret that no one else knows. In class, I can't help but glance at Ben a few times. He is sitting at the back as usual, looking down at his notebook. I wonder if he knows that I'm looking at him, if he can feel my gaze. I try to focus on the lesson, but my mind keeps going back to the notes. I wonder how long he has been watching me and what he thinks about me. I feel myself smiling, and I hope he's the one behind the notes because he feels like someone I can trust. After class, I decide that I need to know for sure. I want to ask him, but I don't want to make it awkward. So I write a little note of my own. I write, "I like the notes. They make me smile. Thank you." I add a small heart at the end and slip the note into my locker. I hope that if Ben really is my secret admirer, he will see my note and know that I feel the same way. During lunch, I go to the cafeteria hoping to see Ben sitting alone. I feel my heart race as I spot him at the same corner table as yesterday. I walk over to him, and he looks up, surprised to see me again. "Hi, Ben," I say, smiling as I sit down across from him. "Hi, Mia," he says, giving me a small smile. His voice is soft and he seems a little shy. We talk again about small things like school and books. I feel more comfortable this time, and I can tell he feels the same. After a few minutes, I decide to be brave and ask the question I've been holding back. "Ben," I say slowly, feeling my cheeks warm. Have you been leaving notes in my locker?" I watch his face closely, hoping for some kind of reaction. For a moment, he looks surprised, but then he smiles. "No, I haven't," he says gently. "But I wish I had thought of it." He looks down at his hands, and I feel a mix of relief and disappointment. Part of me hoped it was him, but another part of me is excited because the mystery is still there. "Oh," I say, trying to hide my surprise. "I thought maybe it was you." I smile to show him I'm not upset. We laugh a little and I feel happy that I asked. I know now that it isn't Ben, but that doesn't make him any less special. In fact, I feel closer to him because he was honest with me. The bell rings and we say goodbye as we head to our next classes. I feel a little confused. If it's not Ben, then who could it be? I think about all the kids in my class, trying to remember if anyone has shown me any signs that they might like me. But no one comes to mind. I feel like I'm back at the beginning of the mystery, with no clues. After school, I go to my locker again, hoping for another note. When I open the door, there is a small piece of paper inside. Just like before, I feel my heart skip a beat as I unfold it. This time, the note says, "You are brave." I smile, feeling a warmth spread through me. Whoever this person is, they know just what to say to make me feel special. I start to wonder if I'll ever find out who my secret admirer is. Part of me wants to know, but another part of me likes the mystery. Maybe it's better this way. Maybe I don't need to know. But still, I feel a little tug inside, a curiosity that I can't ignore. I decide to write another note, hoping to get closer to the truth. This time, I write, "Can you tell me who you are? I want to know you." I add a small smiley face and place the note in my locker. I feel nervous as I close the door, wondering if my admirer will finally reveal themselves. The next morning, I check my locker as soon as I get to school. I open it carefully, and there is a new note waiting for me. My hands feel a little shaky as I unfold it. The note says, "Maybe soon." I feel my heart race. This person is still keeping their secret, but now I know they're thinking about telling me. The mystery is still alive, and it's more exciting than ever. As I walk to class, I feel lighter than I have in weeks. I feel happy, special, and hopeful. Whoever my admirer is, they care about me, and that's enough for now. I decide that I don't need to rush. I'll let them reveal themselves when they're ready. In the meantime, I'll keep enjoying the notes and the feeling of being noticed. I walk into class with a smile, ready to start my day. I still don't know who my secret admirer is, but I know that someday, I'll find out. And until then, I'll keep waiting and wondering. A new week begins, and each day, I wonder if I will finally find out who my secret admirer is. Every morning, I walk to my locker with a mix of excitement and nervousness. I wonder if there will be a new note and if it will give me a hint about who this person might be. The mystery has become a part of my daily life, and now, I can't imagine my days without it. On Monday morning, I open my locker and find a new note. It has a little drawing of a star, and underneath it says, "You light up the room." My heart feels warm as I read the words. This person is so kind, so thoughtful, and each note makes me feel special. But I still don't know who it is. I keep my eyes open all day, watching my classmates, trying to see if anyone looks at me a little differently. But no one does. At lunch, I sit with my friends and I try to act normal. They don't know about the notes. I keep this secret to myself, like a little treasure that's only mine. But today, I feel like I can't keep it in any longer. My friend Sarah sits across from me, talking about a movie she watched, but I'm only half listening. Finally, I decide to tell her. "Sarah," I say, leaning closer, "I have to tell you something." She looks at me, interested. I lower my voice, even though no one is really paying attention to us. "Someone has been leaving me secret notes in my locker." Sarah's eyes go wide, and she gasps. "What? Really? Who is it?" she asks, her voice filled with excitement. "I don't know," I say, smiling. "That's the mystery. They leave a note every day, but they haven't told me who they are yet." Sarah grins, and she seems even more excited than I am. "That's so romantic. It's like a movie or a book," she says. "Have you tried to figure out who it is?" I nod. "I thought it might be Ben, but it's not him. He said he wishes it was him, but he didn't write the notes." Sarah looks thoughtful, tapping her finger on the table. "Well, maybe it's someone else you don't talk to much. Someone who's too shy to say it to your face." She pauses, then says, "You know, maybe it's someone who sits near you in class or someone you see often but don't notice." Her words make sense. I start to think about all the people I see each day, people who might be nearby but whom I don't pay much attention to. Maybe I need to look closer, to notice the small things around me. The next day, I go to school with a new plan. I decide to pay attention to everyone around me, to see if anyone gives me a hint, even a small one. I check my locker in the morning, and there's another note. This one says, "You are stronger than you think." The words make me feel brave, and I decide to keep going with my plan. In class, I try to look around without making it too obvious. I look at each of my classmates, trying to see if anyone seems a little nervous or looks away quickly when I catch their gaze. But everyone seems normal. No one acts differently around me. I feel a bit disappointed but also more determined to find out the truth. After school, as I walk to my locker, I see Ben in the hallway. He gives me a small smile and I smile back. Even though I know he isn't the one leaving the notes, I'm glad we became friends. Talking to him helped me feel better. And now I know I have someone I can trust. We wave goodbye, and I go to my locker, hoping for another note. This time, the note is different. It has a small flower drawn at the top, and underneath it says, "Meet me by the school garden tomorrow after class." My heart skips a beat. This is it. My secret admirer is finally ready to show themselves. I feel a rush of excitement and a little bit of fear. Tomorrow I'll know the truth. That night I can hardly sleep. I keep thinking about who it might be. My mind runs through all the people at school, trying to imagine each one of them writing those notes. I feel nervous but also happy. I feel like I'm on the edge of a big discovery. Like my life is about to change in a wonderful way. The next day goes by slowly. I can barely pay attention in class. My heart feels like it's beating louder than ever. And I keep glancing at the clock, counting down the minutes until school is over. Finally, the last bell rings, and I feel a jolt of excitement and nerves. I take a deep breath and head to the school garden, my heart racing. When I reach the garden, I look around, but no one is there yet. The garden is quiet, with a soft breeze moving the leaves. I stand there, waiting, feeling my heart pound. I wonder if my admirer is too shy to show up or if they changed their mind. But then I hear footsteps. I turn around, and there, walking toward me, is Ben. I feel a mix of surprise and confusion. Didn't he say he wasn't the one? I feel my heart beating faster as he stops in front of me, looking a little nervous. "Hi, Mia," he says, giving me a shy smile. I have something to tell you." I stare at him, waiting, my heart pounding. He takes a deep breath and says, "I know I told you I wasn't the one leaving the notes, but I was too nervous to tell you the truth. It was me." For a moment, I can't say anything. My mind races, and I feel a mix of surprise and happiness. Ben was the one all along? The sweet, quiet boy who sits in the back of the class? "Why didn't you tell me before?" I ask softly, trying to understand. He looks down, then back up at me. "I was scared," he admits. "I thought maybe you wouldn't like me, or that I would ruin our friendship. But then, when I saw how happy the notes made you, I wanted to keep it a secret. I wanted to make you smile every day." I feel a warmth spread through me, and suddenly, I'm smiling. "You did make me smile," I say. "Every single day. Thank you, Ben. That was the nicest thing anyone has ever done for me." He smiles too, looking a little relieved. We stand there, both smiling, and I feel so happy. My heart feels light, and I realize that the mystery was worth it. It brought me closer to someone kind and special, someone who truly cares about me. As we stand together in the quiet garden, I know this is the start of something new and wonderful. I don't know what the future holds, but I feel ready for it. And now, I know I have someone by my side who sees me and cares. The next few days after I discovered the truth about Ben felt like a dream. I could hardly believe that he had been the one leaving me the notes all along. I thought I had known him as just the quiet, shy boy in class. But now I saw him in a new light. He wasn't just Ben. He was the person who made me smile every day without me even knowing it. The day after Ben told me the truth, we spent a lot of time talking. We sat in the school garden again, just the two of us. He told me about how he had started writing the notes because he liked me but didn't know how to tell me. He said he was always too nervous to speak up, so he wrote the notes instead. Every note was a small message of how he felt, but he didn't think I would ever know it was from him. I told him how much the notes had meant to me. They had made me feel special and cared for. even when I didn't know who was behind them. I told him that they had helped me move on from my heartbreak over Leo. Leo had been my first crush, but the notes from Ben made me see that there were other kinds of feelings that were just as important. Ben, I said, looking at him, I think you're really special. I'm glad we got to know each other better. He smiled shyly, his cheeks turning pink. I'm glad too, he said quietly. We spent the next few weeks together, getting to know each other even more. We walked home from school together, and every day felt brighter because I knew I was spending time with someone who truly cared about me. Ben wasn't like anyone I had ever known before. He was kind, thoughtful, and always made me laugh in ways I didn't expect. It felt like I was learning a new kind of love, one that wasn't just about having a crush but about caring for someone deeply, without all the pressure. We talked about everything: our favorite books, the things that made us happy, and the things that scared us. Every time we talked, I felt closer to him. One day, as we were sitting in the park after school, Ben turned to me with a serious expression. He looked a little nervous, and my heart skipped a beat. I wondered if he was going to tell me something important. Mia, he said, I know we've only known each other for a little while, but I really like you. I like you a lot. I've liked you for a long time, and I'm glad you know now. But I just want to say that you don't have to feel the same way. I don't want to pressure you. I wanted you to know how I feel. I was surprised, but at the same time it made me smile. I had already known that Ben liked me, but hearing him say it out loud made my heart feel light. I smiled at him, my eyes full of warmth. Ben, I said softly, I like you too. I really do. I'm happy we're together. He looked at me for a long moment, and then a big smile spread across his face. It was the kind of smile that made my heart flutter. I felt a rush of happiness as I realized that, in that moment, everything felt right. The mystery had brought me closer to Ben, and now I knew for sure that we were both in the same place, ready to be something more than just friends. From that day on, we spent even more time together. We had lunch together, walked home together, and even started doing homework together. We became close, not just because of the notes or the things we said to each other, but because we truly cared for one another. Looking back at how everything started, I realized that the heartbreak I felt over Leo had led me to something even better. It wasn't easy to move on, but in a way, I'm glad I did. The notes had helped me heal, and finding out that Ben was the one who had left them made me feel like I was finally seeing the world in a new way. Sometimes, it takes a little bit of sadness to help us find the happiness that's waiting for us. I never thought I would find someone like Ben, someone who made me feel special and understood. But now I knew that good things take time, and sometimes the best relationships start from the most unexpected places. As I sat with Ben in the park that afternoon, I felt a sense of peace. I wasn't worried about the future. I didn't need to figure everything out right away. What mattered was that I had found someone who cared about me, someone who would be there for me, no matter what. And in that moment, I felt truly happy, knowing that I had found something real. It wasn't a perfect love story, but it was our love story, and that was all that mattered.